Hello, lads and ladies, and welcome back. It's Tuesday night. Normally I was about to say Sunday night, but it's Tuesday night. I think this might be one of the first Tuesdays we've done for a long, long time. I can't really remember us doing a Tuesday night after Good Monday last time. Now we pretty much do a show on if there's 4 games or if there's 12 games. We are back. Let me know if you can see and hear me. What a game week. One of the best game weeks I think we've had in Sky Bet League One this season. It was an absolute humdinger. Now, our running order, we're going to start off at Adams Park as Wycombe played Charlton. And we're going to go straight to Bloomfield Road as Wrexham were chasing them prior to kickoff as well. We'll stick with the top half as Reading went to struggling Mansfield, whereas Bolton Wanderers needed a win to quest their hunt for a playoff spot away at Lincoln. Stockport, County and Leyton Orient, all in the playoff battle, will shortly follow. Crawley, Burton, Bristol Rovers and Northampton will follow after that as the relegation battle intensifies as well. And we end with the 2 games that, let's be honest, will get about a minute of airtime at Barnsley, Peterborough and Wigan against Rotherham. But to do it all with me on this Tuesday evening is our good friend from Here for the Lincoln podcast.
That you've never listened to. Hello. I
was about to say to Stacey West. I'm like...
Force of habit. Yeah, hello, Ben. Hello, everybody. Nice to see. We've got a slightly busier chat tonight. Sunday was a little bit dead, wasn't it?
Quiet,
we did it a little bit too far away from the games, we thought.
Well, we know that now. And next time we'll probably do a Saturday night show.
So, also, I'm good, mate. Thank you. I've had a very good Easter weekend, obviously. 6 points out of 6. Nice to beat Bolton. Don't know if you've seen the fan zone. If you've seen their thumbnail for the show tonight of Chris in gimp suit. But yeah, no, I'm good, mate. Good. 6 points. Had a lovely weekend with family, with friends. Yeah, look, mate, it was fantastic. And what we should tell the people watching live tonight, Ben, however many there are across the platforms, we have a bit of a challenge for them, don't we? Me and you.
We do.
Should we tell them?
You tell them, mate. You tell them.
I'll tell them. Okay, right. So as everyone knows, if you go to away games, which I'm sure a lot of the people here do, and we do need to talk about Reading then before we get started because they've got
but we'll talk about this.
Sorry,
we'll get on to Reading in the Reading bit.
Sorry, I've got 1,000 things on my mind. I'm trying to think, right? So if you go to away games, obviously it's a tradition, and Fleetwood fans did it on the weekend, I think, at Harrogate.
Yeah, it was a young lad's birthday.
On your last away day, you've got to do fancy dress, right? So the last season of the show, which me and Nappers have already promised, is going to be a 2-hour live show because as much as you said it's about subscribers, we're definitely going to do it. It doesn't really matter. If we get 250 likes between this live show and Sunday, we're doing one on Sunday night, aren't we?
Yeah,
as well.
Of course we are.
If we get 250 likes over the 2 streams, we will do Sunday, the last League One live of the season, the regular season, in fancy dress. Me and Nappers will do fancy dress. So, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. If you want to see me and Nappers...
We're at 11 already, and there's 50 people here already.
If you want to see me and Nappers or Nippers or whoever it is humiliate ourselves live on air, which we do most weeks anyway, please do drop us a like because we would like to do it. Please.
And subscribe as well. Make sure you subscribe as well.
Yes.
We're 120 away from 17k, and I'd love to hit it by the end of the season. So if you could help us out, that'd be massively appreciated. I look forward to seeing you too, Will. Can't be bothered to watch anymore, but best of luck to you both. Get like and subscribing. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
I hope you will, Ben, because him and Charlie are going through the ringer at the minute. So
I know exactly what they're going through from last season, and I know it's not nice. It's 100% not nice. But we do inflatables for our last away day, like that. Stu is a bit more fancy with that one, aren't they? So yeah, get liking. We've seen. So make sure you drop a like and subscribe on the channel. Tell you what, let's try and hit 17k by then as well, because that'd be unbelievable as well. Snappers, yeah.
Snappers. Come on, Snappers.
Right. How was your Easter Monday before we get into it, mate?
Well, how was my Easter Monday? Oh no, I've missed the time, so I can't say it's 4 past Bolton because it was 4 past Bolton. Yeah, it was good, mate. It was nice to see us free flowing, attacking football like we've been promised from Michael. Yeah, no, just a really good bank holiday weekend. Good win against a team. We're continuing to be party poopers. So look, mate, I know you're a Wrexham fan, but we're coming to kill your party on the final day of the season. I am not even scared of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Clip it up, whatever. We get beat 5-0. I won't be here on the final day. Again. Yeah, so
Yeah. So just saying, we say it's tradition that the last away game of the season, fancy dress, and this. It started to become a tradition that you don't turn up on the last day of the season.
Well, Lincoln won't let me down.
Jake? If you don't turn up on the last day of the season, you will not be getting paid.
Yeah, well, there you are then. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to ruining a couple of parties over the next. Well, Stockport, we've decided are going to finish in the playoffs anyway, aren't they? But yeah, no, I had a lovely. I went out to Stack, which I can show you when you're up here in a couple of weeks. Met up with Jack. Went to the game in the fan zone with the Rat Imps. Nige has just popped his head in, so good evening to Nige and the Rat Imps because I know they'll be watching. Yeah, no, looking forward to it. And I got a nice trip to Stockport on Saturday. So this week's good, mate. It's been a good day for me personally. I've had good news at work. I've been looking forward to this all day, and we've got a away day at the end of it. So looking forward to it, mate. How about you? How was your because something happened in it at
Yeah, I went with Phil, obviously. Then problem with the Leeds, and they couldn't connect up, and their IP box, and I don't really understand it. I get back and Phil went free afternoon. We can't do commentary. So as much as I was looking forward to doing that, it was so nice to be back in the away end. Obviously, I announced to my members, we don't have to say it on here before we do the show. We'll be getting on in a minute. That we'll be doing away games in the stands, season vlogs, home game. Probably not be doing a video on, but so yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a great day. Didn't care about the result. I'm not saying that because we lost, because I wasn't. When we went 1-0 up, you can see that I'm like, yeah, I'm just enjoying having nothing to play for as well. So yeah,
Ben,
great day.
This is now 3 lives in 3 days for me and you. Think about it. We did Sunday Night Live on Sunday.
Yeah.
Monday night. What did we do last night?
Oh yeah, TikTok Live.
We did a TikTok Live. So if you've not already followed the TikTok, go and Ben. Have you got the link in the description? Please tell me you've got the link in the description.
Oh, what a woman!
Hello, Sue. Oh, congratulations, Susan. No, Sue. I've got a pay rise, so I've been given a second pay rise in a year. So good, but still, nonetheless, check out the TikTok because Nappers goes live like in the evenings sometimes, and I just join to wind people up. So it's essentially one of these, but bite size. So
yeah,
come and check it out. How many followers are you on TikTok now, Ben?
12,000 now. Yeah.
Oh, right,
15K. But the one I really want to wait, 12,000. 17, we've stumbled a bit, so I'd like to it. If you haven't already, just press subscribe. It's free to do so. Right, we're going to start off with Wycombe 0, Charlton 4. And I said on Sunday, I really could feel Charlton going to Adams Park and getting 3 points. I didn't think they'd win by 4-0. And Wycombe's 4-0 defeat to Charlton, actually, just the 5th time they've lost by a 4-goal scoreline at home in the Football League. And for the first time since April 2018 to Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. An unbelievable victory for Charlton. And since the 20th of December, Charlton have been the best side in the division. And that's not an opinion. That's a fact. Because that's statistically. Points per game, Birmingham City are above Charlton. But Charlton have played that extra game and got that extra point. Out of their last 25 matches, they've won 18 of which, drawn 4, lost 3. And one thing I will say about Charlton, in my eyes, they are winning games at times. Yesterday, they were flawless and brilliant in every department. But in that run, you think about the game that they've nicked late on or got a point from. Lincoln at home, 2-0 down. The game that they were 1-1 and they found a late winner. Probably 10, 12 points extra just from those late winners as well. So I think this side has got everything to give. It's a Nathan Jones side, fight to the end, character, endeavour, loads about it. It's a fantastic victory. You've got to go to the circus, as Nathan Jones once said. And one thing I really like about this Charlton side, Everybody says they're out of it. They're 4 points off Wrexham. They've got to go to their ground on Saturday. They're not being fancy. They're not thinking about the top two. And Martin Luther King once said, if you cannot do the great things by getting promoted as winning the league or automatically, then do the small things in a great way. And that's what Charlton are doing right now. They're doing the basics so well. And they're just putting the pressure on. They're just winning for fun at the moment. They're putting no pressure on it. If they win their last 2 games of the season, they have a chance. They do have a chance. And that's all they can do. And if you don't go up automatically, well, no one wants to play them in the playoffs. It's time to run it perfectly. And for 4-5 months now, they've been absolutely relentless. Wycombe 0, Charlton 4.
Statement, Ben, is what I would say about this for Charlton. We sort of said it on Sunday, didn't we? And we said it again last night on TikTok Live. That if Charlton going to Wycombe and winning would be a massive result. It would only put Charlton 2 points behind Wycombe. It'd give them a chance at maybe taking it to the final day in terms of an automatic spot. And like you say, they have been one of the most effective and efficient sides in the league this season under Nathan Jones. You know, similar to, I compare it. I spoke to Dan, our mate Dan Richardson, about it on the phone yesterday night. They're so similar to Portsmouth. They are so similar to Portsmouth in the way that they ended the season in pretty decent form, pretty decent nick under Nathan Jones. Hard to beat. He's then built a layer on top of that. He's added Matty Godden, who scored the goals. He's added Greg Doherty in midfield for a bit of steel in there. And all of a sudden, Charlton are winning more games than they're losing. And that's what we said. They were drawing, weren't they? A lot of games at the back end of last year. Thank you, Sue. They were talking a lot at the... Yeah. All right, mate. You cut my hair for a living, so just be careful. Essentially, we just said at the end of the season, they can turn those draws into wins. All of a sudden, Charlton would go and explode. And all of a sudden, that's exactly what they've done. I think yesterday, you called it in the predictions, and we'll come on to them later, that Charlton will go to Adams Park and win. I don't think anyone had them to win 4-0. Wycombe, I've spoken
what
to
a stupid scoreline that is. Could you imagine me so pathetic and having a channel called 4-0 written? Could never be me, could it?
No, but we are very proud of Thomas and what he's achieved because he's nearly at 20k subscribers now. So well done, Thomas. If you are watching,
I'm just jealous because we don't win 4-0. We win 4-1.
When was the last time you scored 4 in a game now? Because would it have been Walsall away?
2 weeks ago, mate, away at Milton Keynes.
Fairs. Yeah,
no, sorry. 3 weeks ago, away at Aki. Then 3 days before that, away at Milton Keynes. Before that, 2 weeks prior to that, away at Crewe. So how about you just, quiet down, yeah?
You're playing rubbish teams, though, mate, aren't you? So they don't count.
If you were beating them, you can only beat what's put in front of you.
We put 5 past Bristol Rovers. We put 5 past Peterborough.
Sorry, you said good teams.
4 past Bolton.
Good teams.
Yeah. So anyway, look. It was a statement. I don't think anyone imagined they'd win it in the fashion which they did. Will Norris makes an absolute howler, doesn't he? For one of them, there's some great strikes in there. Jones, Berry's goal is delicious from the edge of the box.
Gillespie.
Gillespie didn't score, mate.
No, I mean Gillespie, Jones. You know, standout players. I mean,
big players, and that's all said. Contributions from Doherty and Thierry Small as well. So a really statement win that will give Charlton the confidence to go to Wrexham on Saturday and go, do you know what, we're going to have a go at this. We're going to have a real go. And if Charlton leave everything out on the pitch, can I see them winning at the racecourse? Yes, I can, because we've seen Stevenage go there and beat them. We've seen Leyton Orient go there and beat them. Charlton are a better team than them too. So really good opportunity for them. For Wycombe, Ben, I mean, it's complete. It feels like it's just completely killed their chances of top 2. And especially you look at the 2 fixtures in which they've got to travel to Leyton Orient on Saturday, which is a tough game because Orient have made Brisbane Road a bit of a fortress in 2025. And also going, they're at home, aren't they, to Stockport on the final day, who they've already confirmed the playoffs, so they'll be looking to gather a bit of momentum as well. So, a great statement win for Charlton. Amazing performance. Nathan Jones continues to find new levels out of this team, and look, they're an outstanding football team, and they deserve to get promoted. They deserve to get promoted. I don't think anyone would lie about that.
It says a lot. Since Dodd's arrival, Wycombe have conceded 6 league goals in 15 games. They conceded 4 yesterday. I think that Wycombe have been better defensively, but I think at times they have been not lucky, but things have gone in their favour. And mainly when they've won the last minute goal against Stevenage, the win against you lot, the win, they're getting over fine margins is a good side to do. And we praise it, the mentality of it. Wrexham are the same, winning by that odd goal line. But I think yesterday was kind of coming in a way that they were always ready to be getting a bit of a seeing to in my eyes. Nathan Jones is so intense. And when it goes well, I think that he's a bit like Richie Wellens. It's so good to play for him. And it's like 2 games to go. 2 games to go, and they'll leave everything out there as well. I think the good thing is as well, they're not in a situation where a point at Wrexham's a good result, whereas maybe 5 games ago, it's been seen as a great point. They know they're in the playoffs. They know that they've got a favourable home ties leg, that they feel they can probably get 3 points there. Obviously, he's not done and dusted. So they'll think, right, let's leave it all out there and go for a win. And I think this Charlton side have been relentless. This Charlton side, by the way, were hardly scoring goals up until December. They've now scored more goals than Wrexham. They're only 5 behind Wycombe. They're only 2 behind Stockport. Only 3 behind Leyton, Orient, and same goals as Reading, who have scored 8 goals in the last 3 away games, and they didn't score in the other one. They drew, I think they lost 1-0 or drew 0-0, didn't they? In the other one, scored 3 at Shrewsbury, 5 yesterday. So that's how good they've been, but also Charlton have been good defensively as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And Charlton know if they go and win at Wrexham, they can go to 87 points. If it ever comes down to goal difference, and the small chance it does, well, if they win 2-0 at Wrexham, for example, they're going to be in their favour. So I think that since that game away at Northampton, where they won 5-0 on the 21st of December, it's been the best thing that's happened, and he backed it up. And I remember, I think it was Charlie Keegan in the chat that mentioned when Rotherham won 3-2. And he went, that's the thing with Rotherham, they can go and throw that in. And I said, yes, I agree, but I think it's a bit harsh because the last 2 months have been brilliant. Since then, they've backed it up and they've been brilliant, mate. They really have. They've been absolutely phenomenal. And
Birmingham, I think what helps Charlton, Ben, is that they've got a spine, a consistent spine. You look at the doesn't change many weeks. You've got Will Mannion in goal. You often have Lloyd Jones and Macaulay Gillespie as 2 of your centre backs. You've got Greg Docherty and Conor Coventry that have always played in that midfield. Luke Berry's always played the 10. And Matty Godden's always played up front. So when you have a spine of a team that play together week in, week out, and you've got to think about the quality in that spine, Ben, because they're all very good players in their own right. When you have that quality of a spine playing together, they know each other's games. It is no surprise that Charlton have done what they've done at all.
You look at the squad, Mannion in goals, a decent League One goalkeeper. Gillespie and Jones are steady eddies, like you wouldn't believe, in good players at that. Ramsey and Edwards, being grown into the season. Conor Coventry and Greg Docherty, brilliant at what they do in their position as well. Perfect Nathan Jones type. You've got Thierry Small and Tyrese Campbell. Pace, speed, takes on players, a bit raw, but really, really, I like that from them. Luke Berry's a fantastic player that he knows so well. And Matty Godden's a fantastic player. And someone said before he's out, I think it was Charlie again, that he's outscoring Gaston-Habi. Well, when they signed Gaston-Habi for that fee, and I mentioned it on League One Live, Matty Godden will be there signing because he scored 14 goals in a disrupted COVID season for Coventry when they won the league. And that Coventry side weren't glamorous. They weren't brilliant at everything, but they just did the basics so well, and they were better than everybody else in the division at the time. Matt Godden was a fantastic League One. He's never blown me away once. He was good for Burton for a bit and great for Portland in the pre-season. Bar that, I've always thought that, not stealing 11, I never thought he's a fantastic player in my eyes, if I'm honest with you. Again, fantastic win for them. They are great at what they do. For Wycombe, worrying for them. I think that if you ask Charlton who do you want in the playoffs, they'll say Wycombe. Well, maybe they've got a bit of a rod for you now. But I know Stockport fans and Leyton Orient fans will want Wycombe because that third place team, they don't want to be third. They just got back into second and they throw that in. It's really, really poor. We will move on because for a side to come down, we've got a side to go up. And that's Black.
20 minutes, one game.
Yeah, but mate, we've, 2 hour again. Ole.
What's everyone doing till 11 o'clock?
You know when we say we'll be doing a 2 hour live stream, we'll get to like an hour and 55. Ben, we've done 6 games. We're 1 a.m. in the morning. Northampton 1, South Shields 3, Blackpool 1, Wrexham 2. Wrexham now unbeaten in 8 matches now, winning 5 and drawing 3. 18 points collected in that run as Wrexham go back into second place as they host Charlton on Saturday. They had to be patient. They've dropped points recently without losing games of football. 3 draws in 4. However, you thought, have they just timed that bad run at a bad time? 2 massive games to go. 3rd time lucky for James McLean at Blackpool as he scored the opener in the 2-1 win at Blackpool. Cut inside and put a ball into an corridor of uncertainty. Again, a great win for them. Packed out away end and Rob McElhenney in the away and enjoying life.
Yeah, it looked like he was enjoying the singing the Fearless in Devotion song, but look, it was a 3-minute, 4-minute spell that really killed this game for Wrexham. Really, 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes. One from McLean, the other from Ollie Rathbone. 2 good goals as well from a Wrexham point of view. Potentially, Blackpool could have defended one of them a slightly better, but look, Wrexham have got the quality, haven't they? And what they're doing, yes, they're maybe not playing with confidence, but they trust their abilities, and I think you can tell Wrexham know exactly the entity in which they are. They play with the same shape. Again, similar selection in terms of what we're talking about with Charlton. A lot of players play a lot of football there. You know, you're talking about Okonkwo, Cleworth, Dobson's played a lot of football. Matty James has recently, Rathbone, and they've persisted with Smith and Rodriguez. Even when Rodriguez perhaps wasn't scoring, they've stuck with him. And when you stick with a player who is as good as Jay Rodriguez, he will eventually start performing. And he started scoring a couple of goals, and he got an assist on Monday as well. So, it's a big win because, traditionally, since coming into League One, Bloomfield Road has been a tough place to go for most teams. They've been very good at home. This year, maybe not so much so, but still to go there and win when they needed to win, given that Wycombe dropped points, it now puts it back in in Wrexham's hands, doesn't it? Because they've got 2 games left against Charlton, which we know we've already spoken about is a particularly big game, and they come to St Bank on the final day. Hopefully, we can spoil the party a little bit, but what Wrexham have achieved this season for a newly promoted team to be on 86 points after 44 games. They're on 2 points, pretty much 2 points a game, Ben. Nearly 2 points away from 2 points a game. It's like 1.9 something.
They win the last 2 games of the season with 2 points a game.
Yeah, they are. They know what they are. They know the limits. They know what they're good at. And yeah, they don't score many goals. They're the lowest scoring team within the top 8. But they don't let many in, mate. Only Birmingham in the top 8 have got a better, have conceded less goals. So yeah, I think it was a good win. Blackpool, it writes off their season, doesn't it? They had a very slim chance anyway. Clearly, with 3 games to go, they can still get to 72 points. But you're then asking Leyton, Orient, Reading, Bolton and Huddersfield, or maybe Bolton and Huddersfield maybe won't pick up any more points this season the way they're going, but you're expecting a lot. So yeah, for Blackpool it's a real killer, but for Wrexham, great win, back in their hands, and they've got every opportunity to go and achieve something really special because not many teams, if any, go back to back to back, and I can only imagine what it must be like to be a Wrexham fan at the minute, seeing all this success, and good on them, but a good win in Blackpool on Monday.
Jake rose concerns about Wrexham's away form, and since he did that, they've been actually really good.
Well, I did the same for Bolton's automatic hopes, and I'm just killing everyone's season.
That's awful. That's one of the worst takes I've heard on the show. Only Blues and Wycombe have more points on the road than Wrexham. Blackpool's record against sides above them is winning 5, drawing 5, losing 7. Very average, isn't it? Not brilliant, not bad. 20 points over 17 games. Against sides below them, 43 against 26. That's, again, decent. They probably just need to be at that level. But unfortunately, too many games, dropped points earlier this season as well. Blackpool did win 6 of the previous 8 before going into this and were in form. However, it looks like to be another season in League One, which I think is probably the right thing for Steve Bruce. I think that he's demoralised, if I'm honest with you, with the squad they've got, players going as well. I feel like they're in a much better place than they were 7 or 8 months ago as well. Wrexham, back to back to back. They know with 2 wins, that could be enough. They could be promoted come Saturday if they won. And Wycombe Wanderers were basically to lose, because the goal difference is exactly the same on 28. And Wycombe have actually got a better goal scored as well. So they can't go to goal difference. It's mad, isn't it? 46 games, it could come down to goal difference. We're going to go to the playoffs now. Great news for Reading today as their takeover looks to be nearly there. The 5th of May, they've been given a deadline till Monday the 5th of May. So 13 days to get a takeover. There's been a deal that's been nearly completed. It's been agreed. Great news for the Reading fans that have been worried for a number of years now. They've been through the ringer a little bit. Great season, great young coach who they love and adored as a player, now as a manager. They've got a great young hungry team that has just got better as the season's gone on. They've done the football club proud, and now the owner hasn't been told who he is. I think a few people have a good idea. Great news for Reading before we get into the game, and a decent victory yesterday at Mansfield Town.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think when I speak for every single fan of an EFL club and those clubs in non-league, yeah, thanks David, that have been affected by this sort of tragedy, we are incredibly happy for Reading fans, and we have obviously Adam that comes in the chat most weeks and talks to us and updates us on the situation.
Yeah, so
really happy for you, Adam, and really hope that this new owner it gives you everything that he promises and more. Obviously, we believe we know who it is. It probably is Mr. Coig, who did a good job, I think, at Wycombe in terms of getting them through the leagues and into the Championship. So I think in terms of a step towards the next possible owner, I think it's a really good step for them to take. But just for to get Dai Young out of the football club, I mean, at the Majeski on Saturday, they were cheering, get him out, stand up if you hate Dai Young. People were genuinely worried, and I've seen TikToks, I've seen videos saying that this could really be Reading's last home game in the Football League, and that would have been devastating because we saw what happened with Bolton and we saw what happened with Bury. They're on Sky Sports News with timers saying this is how long until these clubs die, and we're making a news story out of it. You know, we don't want to be that we can't be going through that again. So really happy for Reading fans. I've got a couple of mates that are Reading fans, and yes, I do have other friends, Ben, before you start getting involved and saying that I don't. Really happy for them. They've got the football club back. They're on a path now where off the pitch they can be really positive, because on the pitch they've had plenty to be positive, and the win yesterday is just another case of why Reading fans can be so proud of their team. But next season, whether they're in League One, whether they're in the Championship, wherever Reading are, they can start to feel a little bit more optimistic, likely to be taken out of an embargo. So we'll see Reading properly spend a bit of money maybe and look to invest and be up at the top end of the league next year. But I think just for Reading fans,
if they're in it,
whatever league they're in, Ben, they'll be able to spend and get a little bit of cash. But I'm more happy for the fans, you know, the people, rather than the new owners and the players. I'm more happy for the supporters who have had. I can imagine a lot of Reading fans have had so many sleepless nights worrying about their football club, and thankfully now that's all going to come to a close. And what a great win it was at Mansfield yesterday. Fantastic. Thank you very much for putting 5 past Mansfield. We massively appreciate it. But yeah, a great win. Some really good goals in this game, Ben, by the way. You've already mentioned before we came on. Lewis Wing, like, outstanding. That's Billy Bowden's 3rd goal at Field Mill this season, Ben. Scored twice in the 3-3 draw for Burton Albion. On the 2nd game of the season after they lost 3-2 to Lincoln, didn't you, David? Yeah, look, a great win, some great goals. Yes, it didn't help them that Leyton Orient won, but it takes this from a 3-team shootout, knocks Bolton out to a 2-team shootout. So you're welcome, Reading, although you're not welcome for Friday. I'm sure you probably don't like me for Friday, but it gives them a chance. And with some games, Bristol Rovers on Saturday and Barnsley on next week, they got a chance. They got a real good chance of winning 2 games in a row, and sorry, Parmex, of finishing in the top 6. And they've got a real good group of players. I mean, Charlie Savage had a particularly good game, but you're talking about Wareham again. Ole, what an impact he's made since coming in from the youth team. You got to talk about Williams, Billy Bowden, Wing, Abatchman, Harvey Nibbs. Everyone's pulling together under Noel Hunt, where I feel like they've got this siege mentality, haven't they? No one thinks Reading was going to do anything this year, and all of a sudden they're in a really good position. I think that helps when it's you against the world, and it's easy for Noel Hunt. It just says, right, people have written us off this season, just carry on proving them wrong, and they've been outstanding in most games that I've seen Reading. Really good. Really good. Go on.
My only issue with this takeover, and I think it's fantastic and it's great, there's no issues, but I think the only concern I will have is, will that identity go a little bit? You know, that us against the world, us fighting, the expectation, let's be honest, at Reading is not minimal because they're in the playoff race, and now the expectation is to get in it. But if they don't get in, it's not seen as failure. Whereas when they've got backing, they lose a game. Do you know what I mean? There's a bit more pressure there. That's the only thing I'll say. So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. They've got a fantastic squad. Come on, then. You know, you look at their squad yesterday. That, you know, to lose at home to Lincoln is a flat one as well. You think that a side that's got not a lot to play for in their backs. I know in your book you've got everything to play for.
You got done, boys. Sorry.
You got what?
You got done, boys. Sorry.
No, I thought you were going to say, yes, you have got things to play for. You have finished above Stevenage.
Well, we've got to finish above Steve. Yeah.
Look at the squad yesterday. You know, Nibbs, Wing and Savage. I'm not going to get into this midfield debate, but that's up there with one of the best midfielders in the league.
Don't you start.
I know. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best. It's not the best. But in terms of League One quality, I think Nibbs has got something like 19 goal contributions. Lewis Wing's got 7 goals from an expected goals of 0.39. I think he scored 1 goal inside the box, and that was at home to Wrexham in that 2-0 win. I think in February time at the Madstad. And then Savage is decent as well, don't get me wrong. And then you've got Campbell, Wareham and Abatchman in forward areas. So they have got a good squad. I think Tom Carroll behind that as well. They've got Billy Bowden. They've got fantastic players. They've got a lot of young players as well. Their team has been remarkable for what they've been through, not knowing if they're going to have somewhere to train, not knowing if they're going to be able to wash the kit, not knowing if they're going to be able to play games, you know, get paid, you know, these types of things. They've done remarkably well. You know, Mansfield, I'm worried for them. I think got the second lowest points in 2025 in the division. Only Shrewsbury have lower, so it's a bit worrying for them. And look, the 5-1 win yesterday was the biggest goal tally they've scored away from home since winning away at Ewood Park in October 2020. So, yeah, great victory for them. Great news over the takeover. That's exactly what we needed. Unfortunately, some teams didn't get the memo about scoring 5 and they just got the 4. Yes, it's Lincoln City win by 4-2. Now, I write all my own stats, right? I make my own stats down. And for one of them, I wrote my own sentence of what I wanted to say. Now, this sounds like this man here has wrote it himself. Are you ready for it? Lincoln are unbeaten in 5 matches, winning 3, drawing 2, including a point away at Charlton, where they were 2-0 up and probably should see out the game. Just losing once in the last 8, and that's the way at Wycombe, who were in the top 2 for most of the season as well. And even that was a close, tightly anticipating of a game. 2 defeats in 10, and that was away at St Andrews, and that was won by a goal to nil, and it was a penalty kick that was debatable. They're his words, not mine. There you are. And also, as well, there was a stat here that I never really thought. Lincoln weren't good. Obviously, I knew how good Lincoln were away when you had, you know, Brennan Johnson. Was it Whittaker as well? You had in that squad. Morgan Rogers, fantastic. Lewis Montgomery was good that year as well for you, wasn't he? Lincoln finished 7th last season, only 1 point of last season's home tally. If you were to win against Wrexham, that'd be your best ever league season at home in terms of points.
Yeah.
37 last year was the highest you've ever got.
Yeah.
You didn't get that many when you were in that probably cost you top 2. So looking back, that your home form wasn't great. Look, when you're putting in a 2-1 defeat at home to Fleetwood in there as well, that doesn't help your cause as well. Going back to it, since the start of 2025, on Charlie Cameron, who's got 15, by the way, this calendar year, and Matt Godden on 11, have scored more goals in League One than James Collins in 10. 5 has come in these last 4. One of the best signings of the window in my eyes. Lincoln, in the space of 3 days, have put a dent in another team's playoff spot. This time, they've not just put a dent in it, they've killed it, they've wrote it off, and no MAT can get it over that line as well. It ends Lincoln 4, Bolton Wanderers 2.
Yeah, Wrexham, you're next. Hey, come on, the Imps.
What a save by Gigi.
Oh, what a save by Gigi.
What a save, Gigi.
You've not even seen it.
I have. What a save.
You want in the highlights, so have you seen it?
I watched full match replay.
Oh, did you? Where?
Yeah. On the extended highlights, 10 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't on there.
It was.
It wasn't.
I just.
You're lying.
Gigi always makes good saves.
I told you that it was a great save, and it was a great save by George. Whether it's us being good or whether it's us having the shackles off and not playing with any pressure, I don't know. But certainly, since we changed to a 4-2-3-1, we've been far better. Like you say, the introduction of James Collins, apart from Charlie Kelmer, I couldn't name you a more informed centre forward in the division. He's come in and made a massive impact. I've spoken about in most weeks I've been on air, Ben, how big an impact James Collins has made. We were scintillating going forward. Rico Hackett, particularly good. Great to see Ethan Arahan get a start. Great to see Jack Moylan get some minutes as well. He's been out for a long time. I said it to you, and I've said it on our podcast as well this week, Ben. And I will stick to it. If we had James Collins at the start of the season, I think we would be where Reading and Leyton Orient are now. I really do. He's come in and made a real big impact, and I would back us to be there. But, we're not, so there we are. But, another good win, some great goals, some set-piece goals, one from a corner, one directly from a free kick, which is the most audacious goal that I think you're ever going to see. Rico Hackett completely means that. Look, just happy for well done, David. We beat you as well, mate. So, look, just a good win. Shackles off. Hopefully, there's no team has scored more than us since Christmas, Ben, in the entire league, which is a good start. We've scored 4s, 5s, a couple of 5s, a couple of 4s, a couple of 3s, a couple of 2s, and some.
All right, we're asking how many goals you scored, not who you pulled in the club at the end of the night.
Right, thanks, mate. Look, we're doing. Yeah, very good. Well, we'll see what your pulling skills are like when you come out in a couple of weeks.
I got a 9, mate, last time for you.
Oh, maybe you should drop her a message.
I've already done that, mate.
But a good win, good performance. Really happy with the way that we played. Happy for Eric. Great save from George. Really good save from George to keep us in it. Because when we got to 2-2 and you asked me, was I cacking it a little bit? Yeah, I was. Because Bolton, on paper, when they wanted to play, they're a good team. And
James Mateta, the way coming back in memory.
And Charlton. Yeah, third time this season we've surrendered a 2-goal lead, which is fun. But we went on. We had the quality to win it, and I don't think. Well, I think any Bolton fans that are maybe with us tonight, which I don't imagine there are many because I'm on here. I think they would agree that we deserve to win.
There's not many League One fans on here because, you're here.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I think they'll agree that we deserve to win. We were better than them for 70 minutes of the match. Great performance, great win. Can go into Stockport with no pressure. Looks like I've secured 20 quid off Farley, so it's hunky-dory. But, yeah, mate, just another good performance. And like you say, at home this season, I think that's now 6 unbeaten at home. So we could go 7 unbeaten at home if we avoid defeat against Wrexham. So, look, mate.
Who do you have to lose to?
Thanks, mate.
Give me a B. Give me a U. Give me an R. Give me a T. Give me an O. Give me an N.
Thanks, mate.
You know what's mad? That you could probably, the last time you saw someone beat you at home was Burton. And the next time you see somebody win at home could be Burton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah, because that's yeah. Well, I could see Stockport win at home.
Get them.
No, well, they won't win anyway. So what's the point of talking about it? So, yeah, good. It was good. We should probably talk about Bolton. Because
I'm fed up with them. I think I don't want. I'm going to keep it brief because we've given them all season, and what they become. They couldn't become a joke. Lost 18 games this season. It's pathetic. Sorry, Steve, for my language.
you said it more than once.
No, they are. They are the flat, and they made changes yesterday. They put the kid up front, didn't they? He won a header. He won a header.
He was
And that
good.
got the crowd up.
No, he was good. He was really good. He was
I
really
get that,
good.
but well, the other day he won a header. He won a header.
He also handballed it into the net, which was good of him.
So it was handball. Not handball. It was
handball. You're right,
He won a header, right? And that's the basis on their performance on Friday. It was awful. Miles off it. For me, this Bolton Wanderers side need to reinvest mentality. Schumacher's come out and said it as well. They lose too many games of football. I think that they've had excuses all season. These bunch of cowards have hid behind Ian Evatt for a long time. Ian Everett's been the one that's been getting abused by me, by the Bolton supporters, by people on social media, and the players never really took the flak. When they lost, it wasn't, oh, he played poorly, you were going to blame you. It was Evatt out, or questions on the owner. Schumacher came in, and it was all hunky-dory, Schumacher this. Now the players are getting found out. For me, Pete Wild came out after the game and said, you can't be put on a persona for so long. You learn about people's mentality after so long. He's been in the football club for what? 2 months now? 2.5 months, 10 weeks? You can start to see people's true colours. He'll know exactly who he wants to keep, who he wants to get rid of. For me, Bolton Wanderers, 18 defeats this season for a club like Bolton is quite frankly embarrassing. Lincoln deserved to win the game of football. Fair play to them.
Damon said Tay was mint, by the way. You'll be happy to hear.
Well, Fleetwood make ballers, mate. I don't know why.
He was so good.
Can you now see why? Dancing around defenders, glides, off shoulder, box to box, energy.
Great goal that he scored.
Got the boys, got the Borough.
Oh, God, I've got Crawley here.
Stockport County 2, Huddersfield 1. In 14 years as a manager, that's finished. Dave Challinor never finished outside the playoffs. 10 seasons in the playoffs, 3 times as champions, and once that it was curtailed. 81 points in County's first season at this level with 6 points left to play for as well. Lost a top goal scorer at Christmas and arguably the best player in the league in Louis Barry as well. And at times, they've had to fill up the bench full of kids, like a lot of clubs have done, made huge clubs look average, embarrassingly average as well. They've been beat for 5 at home to Wycombe, but beat Bolton home and away, beat Wrexham and beat Huddersfield now at home as well, just to name a few. County won 5 of the last 6, and since the 18th of January, Stockport have won 13 of their last 90, only losing twice. 43 points in 19 games since. Huddersfield, since Duff was sacked, 2 wins in 8 games. They've lost the other 6. And since the start of 2025, where Huddersfield Town went 16 matches, by the way, at the start of the month, where they won 1 and drew 1. So that's included in this run. Huddersfield have won 6, drawn 3, lost 12 games in that period. Only Bristol Rovers on 21, Cambridge on 21, have as many points as them. Crawley on 20 or lower, Mansfield on 17, and Shrewsbury 14 in 2025 have lower points. Huddersfield have been 19th in 2025. The drop-off has been remarkable. That's what you get for getting rid of a manager, in my eyes. For me, I thought give him a full season, and if it doesn't work out, sack him. Not good enough. Embarrassing for Huddersfield, for County in the playoffs. Well-deserved. Stockport 2, Huddersfield 1.
Yeah. Great win, routine. And they had to come from behind, obviously, in this one. But still, great character shown to mathematically secure their playoff berth. A great achievement. You can say they've spent money, but in a league in which money has been spent frivolously, then you've got to give them absolute props, haven't you? Again, yesterday I thought they were decent without being vintage. Fraser Horsfall scoring the most Fraser Horsfall goal I think you're ever going to see. And Ollie Norwood, great penalty to secure the points as well. they've been strong, haven't they? And like you say there, to win 13 of your last 19 and the business end of the season, that's why Stockport are going. That's why Stockport are at the top, because they win games when it matters. And, you know, we say this about Wrexham, Ben, we don't say it about Stockport. They've been together a long time, this group now, or the backroom staff and some of the players have been together a long time. And you just get used to, you say it about Wrexham, you're just used to winning. They're used to winning at this time of the season. They know what they've got to do to secure playoff spots. They know what they've got to do to get in the playoffs as well. So look, fantastic achievement by all at Stockport County. Massive achievement. For Huddersfield, Ben, you're right. Awful. Absolutely awful season. A lot of people predicted Huddersfield to be up in the top 2. I had Huddersfield to come second. I don't know where you put them, probably in the top 6 somewhere. Given the money that they've spent on the likes of Dion Charles, Joe Taylor, Lass Sorensen. They've spent a lot of money on a lot of number of key players.
Look, to get into the playoffs, you can take the boys out of Lincoln, but you can't take Lincoln out of the boys.
Right. Is there need? Is there a need? But yeah, really poor. I agree on Michael Duff with the sentiment. I think they should have given him the season before sacking him. But you look at Huddersfield now, and it's not. It is an attractive job, but also it isn't, because look at the way the fans get on the back of the players. Lass Sorensen played really well last year because the Lincoln fans got behind him. Joe Taylor the same. Whereas now, Huddersfield fans are completely on the players' backs. And when players have fans on their backs, they don't play with confidence. They don't play well. Look at the Bolton lot. They turn in themselves and they play nowhere near their natural ability. So, poor season for them. With the guy who's come in from, what's his name? He's the academy director, wasn't he? He's come in, not really changed a huge amount. They've got a lot of dead wood at Huddersfield. They've got to change it. They've really got to change something in the summer. Maybe they go get someone like a Luke Williams, get an identity, a Des Buckingham, a Rob Edwards, someone like that. I would say someone who's got, knack of getting out of this league or playing in higher leagues. Also, Ben, you've just reminded me that we are on 52 likes. Is that still the case?
55 now.
55, right, people. We need
95.
We need 195 likes, not just on this show, but also on Sunday's show. So please,
and we're 17 away from being 100 away from.
If you haven't liked this live stream, if you would do me the grandest of favors of dropping a thumbs up to let us know that you're enjoying the content. So please give us a like. If you want to see Nappers dressed as a sexy Mexican at the end of the season, I would highly recommend dropping a like. So please do.
Absolutely. We're at 59 likes.
Come on, people.
That as well.
More people we move there. That's what you call influence, Ben.
Influence, absolutely, as well. Keep your questions coming. We will come to you. If your thoughts on Wrexham was about 25 minutes ago, the start of the Wrexham conversation. If you want to go back to that. Cambridge 1, Leyton Orient 2. Leyton Orient yet again do it the hard way. The comeback kings, shall we call them, for the second time in consecutive game weeks. Friday 3-1 down, this one 1-0 down. Leyton's 2-1 win at Cambridge United is the second time they've won 3 successive away games this season, while only Wycombe Wanderers and Birmingham, both on 12, have more wins on the road than Leyton Orient with their 11 wins. From the start of December, only 2 teams have more points than Leyton Orient, with Birmingham on 66, Charlton on 60, Leyton Orient have picked up 54. That one, I'll be totally honest with you, I went to my notes from the other day because I knew I had a stat like that.
3.
Copied paste, add 3 to Birmingham, add 3 to Charlton, and again, letting on 54 points from 27 games. That's 2 points a game. That's the number that is getting Wrexham promoted, it looks like, near enough. 17 wins in there as well. Leyton Orient have now won 4 games on the spin, scoring 12 goals in that period, whereas before that, they were on a bit of a bad period for the 12 games before. They only scored 12 goals in their previous 11 games. Things are happening at the football club. Richie Wellens, what a job he's doing. Fight, enthusiasm, character. They're playing through brick walls from. It's fantastic to see. 2 games to go, 2 tough games to go. They've got to play Wycombe, who have got a point to prove, and they've got to play Huddersfield as well. But with 2 games to go, together as one, they'll be absolutely fighting up and down in them and bombing on.
Yeah, well, that was motivational, Ben. I want to go and play football now. Yeah, no, look, a fantastic comeback win from Leyton Orient. To be fair, when I saw they went 1-0 down, I maybe feared the worst from a little bit. Cambridge, with so much to play for, thought they were going to completely shut up shop and try and see it out. Great goal from Stokes, poor defending down the down the left hand side from Leyton Orient, and a tap in pretty much for the Bristol City loanee, who I think has been pretty good, Ben, for Cambridge this season. He's been the main man. He's only young, having come out of Aldershot last season, risen through the leagues pretty quickly. Definitely someone that I would like to see back in League One next season if it's possible. If Bristol City somehow get themselves promoted into the Premier League, I can't imagine there'd be much use to him at the moment. So maybe sending him somewhere in the top half of League One, maybe someone, I don't know, like a Bolton, maybe someone that want to get themselves into the top six, somebody like that, or maybe even a Peterborough. I don't think he gets Peterborough, but still. But Leyton Orient,
they'd rather buy him for, wouldn't they?
Yeah. And with Leyton Orient, we spoke about it on Sunday about the comeback, and I mean, I saw it in a game which, they were 2-0 up, they got dragged back to 2-2, and they still went and got that third goal to kill us off and win that game back in. Well, Palmex will tell me. I think it was maybe March. I want to say we lost away at Leyton Orient. Oh, good. I've just been given some good news. Fantastic.
Oh, what now?
No, I can't tell you. But Charlie Kelman scoring goals again, 15 in 2025. He's hit form at the perfect time, scoring all sorts of different goals. I watched Fowler's video, February. Thank you, Palmex. Fowler's video of his EFL review, and he's right. Kelman scores every kind of goal. He wins headers. He sneaks them at the far post. He can hit them from the edge of the box. He can shoot. He's just absolutely phenomenal. He's a really, really good talent. And QPR have got a big talent on their hands, but also have Tottenham Hotspur. Jamie Donnelly, great goal. Great goal.
Can I just say that when we talk about Leyton Orient, and I think Rich Wellens will say it's a team game, and I know it is. Jamie Donnelly, since the start of the calendar year, in my eyes, since December, since his run, has been one of the best players in the division, in my eyes. And I think that he'd get a lot more attention if he played for Birmingham or played for Wrexham. 17 goal contributions is unbelievable. Kelman up front, I think Kelman's got now 26 goal contributions now for Kelman up front, 21 goals. I think he's got 4 assists. He's got not 5, so yeah, 25. Jamie Donnelly, the goal yesterday, I was watching the goals again to remind myself before we came on, watching yesterday as well. He's gone like, it's a great finish. Cool, composed as well. And what I like on his Leyton Orient side, they've now got a little bit of depth and wriggle room. Because in the January, they brought the likes of Abdullah, Mark Handy in that, maybe haven't, kind of been as influential as you would like. Remember Ollie O'Neill last year, the end of last year, was probably one of the he's struggled to get a sniff recently as well, mainly off the bench as well. That I don't think he's started a game since the end of December through different reasons as well. I think he's been injured for a while as well, from January to March. I think it's a great team togetherness. Richie Wellens, he's been in the situation with Swindon, been in it, at Leyton Orient before, new to him at League One level, fantastic. And I think he'll be happy with the fact that Leyton Orient with 2 games ago got something to play for. They backed him. I think that if they don't go up this year, I'll be very surprised if I see him at Leyton Orient in a year's time. I think that he's a championship manager, especially with championship vacancies opening up, at West Brom and Norwich in recent weeks as well. He's done a fantastic job at this football club. 2 games to go, 72 points. They know that, look, all they need to do is match Reading's results and they will be in, because Bolton aren't going to get them out of it. Match Reading's results. You've got a superior goal difference. You've scored more goals than them. Fair play to them. Watching Leyton Orient putting on a show.
Had a good season, haven't they? Leyton Orient. I do like this. Not saying Leyton Orient are small, but they're not. They weren't one of the fancy teams at the start of the season, and maybe wrongly so by people that perhaps didn't do their research. But they've stood up to all the teams around them. You look at the teams there. surrounded by teams that spent way more money than Leyton Orient. They've done it by playing good attacking football. Really respect Richie Wellens as a head coach. We've said it so many times. Yeah, look, it's been a great season for Leyton Orient, and now with the investment coming in over from America, Leyton Orient, you'd imagine being a London-based club, they're probably gonna start investing more money, be a team that spend a bit of cash at this level, and with the recruitment team that they've got with Martin Ling and the rest of the gang, and with Richie Wellens, they've got a great eye for a player. I mean, you look at the lads that they've signed, like it's Abdullah, like Ollie O'Neill, things like that. Then they've got location on their side. You know, when you're Leyton Orient, you can take players from Arsenal, you can take players from Tottenham, because Chelsea, Crystal Palace. Like, the thing I've learned in Ben is that there's the M25 rule, right? Players that come from these big academies like Tottenham, like Arsenal, like Chelsea, like Palace, they don't want to go out the M25. Trust me. Raksaki was one of them because he was meant to be going out of the M25. You probably guessed where he was meant to be going.
Can you just tell me where is the M25? I don't drive. I don't understand.
The M25 is the bypass that goes around London, right? Goes all the way around London, and London's in the middle. But young players don't want to leave. I understand it because that's where the friends are, the family are. Raksaki nearly signed for Lincoln, but because Charlton came in and they're within the M25.
We found out Charlton have a better cathedral.
Yeah. St Paul's Cathedral.
Let me have a look at that. Let me see who's the better ones on Lincoln.
It's St Paul's Cathedral, mate. It's the M25 tax. But still, yeah, great season for Leyton Orient. I'm sure they're particularly proud. And it's good news. Hopefully this Leyton Orient team can...
Cambridge, they have a better cathedral than you. Norwich.
Doubt it.
Bury St Suffolk.
Bury St Edmunds.
Lincoln are fifth on this list.
I've been to Derby Cathedral.
Lincoln in the playoffs. So I guess they've got to get in the playoffs or something.
Yeah, thanks. Right, should we move on?
We're 56 minutes in, and how many games have we still got to do? We've still got
maybe 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 games. But there we are. Crawley 3, Exeter 1. Wow, Crawley were quickly out of the mark, weren't we? However, with Crawley, when the 3-0 up after, going into it, quick fire, like you won't believe, 3-0 after 23 minutes, 2-0 up after 9 minutes. They were 4-1 up last season in December at St James's Park, and you're thinking, could that could be the reason they get relegated? But what a job Scott Lindsay's done since coming back in. 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 defeats, 10 points, lost 7 games. With him this season, he's won 5, drawn 2, lost 6. And that's not a bad little record. That across 13 games to get, 17 points.
Keep you up, probably, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd be mid-table. I'd be mid-table for him, that pretty much. It'd be, 56, 57 points. Stevenage level. Done a great job. Sorry. Done a great job.
Sorry, Farley.
We love you.
Mid-table.
Done a great job there. Scott Lindsay, and their games left. Northampton, who are safe. And Shrewsbury.
We were down.
Can they do it? Can he wind down that clock and do it? If he does, what a man. What a job. One of the best achievements in the EFL.
Well, we're talking about Gary Bowyer. We're talking about Gary Bowyer being manager of the season. If Scott Lindsay keeps Crawley up, right? Yeah, but I'm sorry, Gary. Yeah. One side, Scott Lindsay.
I get that. But I know Gary Bowyer's had longer and probably a better squad as well. But again, maybe. But I'd love for him to do it. I'd love for him to do it.
Yeah, I know you. I know he's got a couple of Burton fans that I know particularly worried about Crawley. But Burton will say.
Can I just ask David, by the way? When you said that goal was massive, I looked at the table. I'm like, how could that goal for Burton be massive? Because the only way I'm thinking is if you think Mansfield are still in it as well. Carry on, Jake.
Mansfield aren't in it. Mansfield have got enough points. Yes, Crawley, the creepy Crawleys. They might creep themselves into League One again next season. That'd be fun. Going back to Crawley. Love trips to Crawley this year, Ben. Twice. in 3 weeks. Loved them. But yeah, no, a good win. You're looking at Hepburn Murphy, who has been, let's be fair, Ben, Hepburn Murphy probably without the injuries could be playing a bit higher in this league than at Crawley because he's explosive, he's powerful, he's clinically accurate as well. 2 goals in the space of 15 minutes proves that. Yeah. Well, that's a good point from David. Yeah, you can say they shouldn't have been promoted, but they deserved it. They were unbelievable at Wembley, and they tore MK Dons apart in the playoff semi-final. So I disagree with you there, Wallace and Gromit fanboy, whatever your name is. I disagree with you on that. Crawley deserved to get promoted last season, whether you like it or you don't. Look, they could do it. Scott Lindsay could come in. They could do it. Northampton, like you say, secured safety. I've made a load of friends from Northampton this week because they've been saving my tweets about when I said Kevin Nolan was going to be rubbish and reminding me of that. So thanks, Charles. I appreciate that, mate. And also, and Shrewsbury, who, by the sounds of it, listening to Mike Clapton's post-match on Monday, they've not quite sorted out the fixture, his contract situation for next year. So he might be up in arms. They might not know what they're doing. So they've got every chance. Obviously, they're going to need favours off the likes of Cambridge. They're going to need favours off Wigan. So Charlie, get your act together and beat Burton if you want to help Scott Lindsay and his Crawley team stay up, and Charlton as well. So look, you'd maybe say you'd expect Crawley to maybe, I'd expect them under Scott Lindsay to maybe get 4 points as a minimum out of these last 2 games.
That won't be enough.
It won't be enough. But if they can beat Northampton, I don't know, is Northampton away? No, it's at home, isn't it? They're at home to Northampton on Saturday. Let's see if they can beat Northampton, and let's see how Burton get on. Because if Burton beat Cambridge, I'm pretty sure it's over anyway, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it's over. So we'll have to wait and see.
If Cambridge won yesterday, you'd have Cambridge only been 2 points away as well.
Yeah, it genuinely is mental. This drop to
I love it.
Up. So
I love it. Absolutely love it,
mate. But Crawley, don't write them off just yet.
Absolutely. And also, me and Jake will be doing an awards do, as we always do as well, coming very, very soon as well. With 75 likes now as well. So
come on,
let's try and get to 100 because we've also got after the stream as well. Try and make a real dent in there as well. Burton 1, Blues 2. Birmingham won their 12th away game of the season. Most away wins they've ever had. Birmingham 41 points away from home this season, the most in the history, second most in the division as well. Burton have only lost twice in the last 8 matches at home. 4 wins, 2 draws, both 2-1 defeats to Birmingham and Bolton. Disappointing for them, but I don't think they expect anything from Birmingham. Birmingham, it takes them to 99 points with their 30th victory of the season. 2 quick-fire goals. Jay Stanton with a nice goal as well. That's Birmingham with 4 games to go. Got to 99 points. 7 away from level on the record. 8 away from beating it.
Yeah. Oh, cough, cough. Burton, Birmingham. Tavares scored a goal, Ben. Apparently it's a really good goal as well. To me, just takes it down and puts it over the goalkeeper. It's a goal. But Birmingham, by all accounts, not out of second gear, really. 2 goals, one, including one from open play from Jay Stansfield, which I think many people were rubbing their eyes when they saw it because they didn't quite believe it. But 2 goals in 2 minutes killed Burton's hopes, really. They had a couple of chances in the first half. One really good save from Ryan Allsop. But yeah, I thought Birmingham. I thought Burton were okay. It would have been a game they would have written down that they were going to lose anyway. But I thought they made a good fist of it. A couple of chances, like I say, some good defending from Sweeney, from good save from Max Crocombe. But yeah, I mean, Birmingham didn't have to be out of third gear, really, realistically. Deflected goal and a Jay Stansfield goal from open play was the difference, really. It takes Birmingham to 99 points from 42 games, which is a little bit outrageous. So they need 7 points to break the EFL points record. So they need 7 points from 4 games, which this Birmingham team will probably get. They'll probably get 12. all right, mate. Some of us are a bit slower at maths than you. But yeah, look, a fantastic achievement from Birmingham. They're already promoted. I think you can tell maybe they look a little bit jaded compared to what they were a month ago because they had that carrot still dangling in front of them. But a great win for them. For Burton, look, they matched Bristol Rovers' result. That's all they'll care about. One game closer to the end of the season where they can get themselves safe and over the line. I think Crawley's result might have given them the heebie-jeebies or the creepy Crawleys a little bit, but still, Burton Albion in your hands. Beat Cambridge and Wigan, and there'll be another League One team next season.
Yeah, great win for them. I'm lucky for Burton Albion, who have got games against Cambridge and Wigan to come for going to the Valley. David, I had to go to Bolton the last day of the season. You might have to go to Charlton and may lose 4-2, but stay up on goal difference. You never knew. No. I don't know what to say about Burton Albion now.
Sorry if anyone's epileptic, but Bristol Rovers 0, Stevenage. Go on, the boys. Borough 1. Is that where we're going?
I'll tell you what, the goal that Bristol Rovers conceded was absolutely comical, wasn't it? If that just does sum up what's going on at the football club with ownership, with management, with everything that's going on, it's unbelievable. And yeah, I bet your father was coming out the ground thinking, not even looking at results, thinking, we've done it. We picked up 3 points on Jakey. And Big Goal Reedy was, to be fair to him, those last 2 games has really started to score goals again. I think since that Cambridge game, he scored, I think it's 4 and 10, 4 and 11 games, something like that. Again, one of the easiest goals he'll ever score. Absolutely comical. Bristol Rovers have a lot of the ball, but can't do anything with it. He's absolutely comical. You're not fit to wear the shirt. You don't know what you're doing. At Ignio Calderon. For me, Calderon, if he was called Jeff Calderon, I think that he'd be called a lot worse. I think that he's got away with it. He's won 6 games in 24 league games. He's lost 15 of those. He's picked up 21 points in 24 games. He's made them worse. And unfortunately, they're not in a good, sorry state. For me, they've lost 2 games at home against Exeter and Stevenage where they needed to win. Their last hope comes on Saturday, and that is it. Big game at the M, 12:30 kickoff. Unfortunately, I can only see Bristol Rovers going one way. It's a shame. But again, I'm losing hope in this side. They've lost Conte, they've lost Promise, they've lost Martin, they lost Griffiths in January as well. They lost, obviously, they sacked the manager. Everything's going wrong at that football club. And for me, it's not a good look as Bristol Rovers 0, Stevenage 1.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, comical defending, and you know what? I sympathise a lot with Ben. Obviously, we like to take we don't like to. We take the mick out of him, and we take the mick out of Charlie. But you can genuinely see, and we saw it with you, Ben, last year. What losing consistently can do to you, it just completely drains your confidence, and it makes the Monday to Friday between games go so much longer. And I do feel for them because. Yeah, I don't know. It's an awful situation. The goal is comical. I think it would be fair to say that if they didn't have Josh Griffiths in the first half of the season, they'd be down already. I think that's fair. But yeah, no, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. They weren't running. They weren't trying hard for the shirt. This manager who's come in, they're not like they're playing for him. Bristol Rovers are a mess right now, off the pitch and on the pitch. Joey Barton on the podcast that he did,
Watch it.
He said he thinks they could go again. But
watch all of it.
Not all of it. Saw clips of it, but I don't think Bristol Rovers will go down again because they've stereotypically been a decent League 2 side whenever I've seen them. So. But yeah, poor performances. Really missing Chris Martin, aren't they? He was such a big focal point for them at the top end of the pitch, where get the ball into him, work around him, buzz off him. He scored some goals against Bolton. He scored some really key and crucial goals for them. But now they're just shattered the confidence. They've got Reading and they've got Blackpool, 2 really tough games, and they're now relying on other teams helping them out. And this Bristol Rovers team have picked up 1 point out of 24, Ben. 1 win in 8, 1 point out of the last 8 games. They are awful. And Bristol Rovers deserve to be relegated with how they have been this season, how they run off the pitch. Yeah, I don't know, mate. It's a sad situation because Bristol Rovers are a good football
They were
club.
a great round under while. They were.
Yeah.
They
Look, it's a great club. It's a great ground. They've got great supporters. And I feel really bad for them.
I love going there next season. Don't get me wrong. I no offense to David, I'd rather play Bristol Rovers next season in League Two. I prefer longer ways. Bristol Rovers is a great club. It really is, and it shouldn't be suffering. Somehow see them getting out of it. I can. Just a little part of me thinks they can still do something. And I think that's because of the supporters, nothing else. And you look at the squad yesterday, Odonga, Shaw and Satori as a front three don't really strike me as anything. There's no one in that squad that I think, yes, Sawyers was good a few years ago. Connor Taylor's decent. Wilson's steady. Thomas is okay. I look at Burton and I feel there's more there. I really do. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried for them. For Stevenage, a great win that just keeps them in the we want to finish above Lincoln trophy. They can still get to 64 points. They'll still feel like, that's the only way if Lincoln were to win another game that they can get
with a goal difference. No.
Yeah, now Reading.
We're on 11 goal difference. They're on -7.
-7.
So it's another point. We're essentially 7 points.
It is. Northampton 4, Shrewsbury 1. 10 clubs have as many points away from home as Shrewsbury do at home and away. Another defeat inflicted. I think that's now 15 without a win in Sky Bet League 1. 3 managers, an ownership change that's about to happen. You would feel one of these days as well. A club in crisis, 13 points adrift, won 7 times all season, conceded 76 goals. In League 2 next season, no ownership really structured, no management structure for next season as of yet. Mike Appleton doesn't know if he's going to come or stay now as it ends. Northampton 4, Shrewsbury 1. Kevin Nolan gets the Cobblers to 50 points. 29 points in 23 games is not a bad return. A good, done well, Annie, considering you thought that wasn't the right appointment to keep them in League 1.
Yeah, I think it was warranted at the time, that opinion. Bless you.
I'm struggling, mate. I'm struggling. Being back in the stands has done something to me.
Oh, don't worry. I'll carry us through to the end of the show, mate. I actually spoke to Charles about this game particularly. I wanted to get I haven't been able to get my eyes on it. I wanted a view of how they played. So whatever I'm about to say is the thoughts of Charles from It's All Cobblers to me. So I don't want to take any credit. But he thought that Cobblers were sloppy on Monday. Not as good as what they were. He thought Shrewsbury were absolutely woeful. But at times he said he thought that they maybe could have been more than the 4 goals that they scored. They had opportunities, but it felt like they sort of held back a little bit. And maybe that's what the Northampton fans are a little bit worried about going into the start of next season. But one signing a couple of signings that particularly have been inspirational since they've come into the building. Terry Taylor, first and foremost, a really good, useful central midfielder on loan from Charlton. If you can't get in Charlton's team, then Charlton's midfield must be pretty bloody good because he has been outstanding. He offers them some technical ability in midfield, along with Ben Perry, I think his name is, on loan from Nottingham Forest. He's come in and made a big impact. But the one Ben that people will talk about because he scores the goals, and you saw him earlier this season, is Costello. Obviously, Burnley being promoted to the Premier League might mean that Northampton have a chance in the summer to either get him back on loan or maybe to buy him permanently. But he seems to really work at Northampton. He works really well up front on his own. He works, he presses, he harasses, and his 2 goals were different. I've seen the goals. They were both different sorts of finishes, one from an angle, one from a really tidy finish as well. So, look, a good win for Northampton. They're in League 1 again. I'm happy for that. I like my trips to Northampton. It's a good away day. Really fantastic away day. So I'm really happy for them that they've stayed up another year. It's traditionally been the second season in which Northampton struggle to stay in the league. If you look at the last couple of times they come into League One, completely safe in the first season. Second season they dropped down. They've finally sort of shaken that hoodoo off them. Shrewsbury, Ben, I mean, like you say, they're in a bit of a mess, aren't they? Off the pitch, we don't know what's going on with the ownership. We don't know what's going on with Michael Appleton. Is he going to stay? Like I alluded to earlier, his interview after the match it sounded like they were meant to have talks after. I think they had talks last week, but clearly they've not happened. Therefore, he's got no idea. And this time of the season, when you know your fate, like the likes of our clubs, Ben, we know our fates. So the people behind the scenes, your director of football, our director of football, manager, whoever, are starting to think about recruitment for next season. If you're not going to have Michael Appleton in charge, why have the recruitment conversation with Michael Appleton? Because they could hire a manager that plays a Gareth Ainsworth style of football. Or if you're not talking to Michael Appleton about recruitment and you've got Michael Appleton in charge next season, what's the point? Because Michael Appleton's got connections that would help Shrewsbury next season in League Two. So
you need it in place, don't you?
They need a decision. They need to say yes or no. They can't keep dragging it out. Do you know what I mean? What they need to do is go yes or no, right? So
I don't understand why they give him a contract for so short.
No, I think what they should have done was given him. I think they should have given him 18 months. I think they should have given him
or a deal to the end of the next season. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. A deal to the end of next season. So, look, let's we'll see with Shrewsbury, but I'm baffled. I'm really baffled.
Yeah, well, they lost another £1 million yesterday. I know that's minute compared to my own club. No, conceded. Peterborough went to Barnsley, 12th place Barnsley against 17th place Peterborough. We all know that 17th in terms of cathedrals is Lincoln, but 17th in terms of the League One table is Peterborough.
You are a sausage.
Peterborough have really improved in previous weeks, however, still without a win since Wembley, but hit 50 points for the season, which it looked likely. Jones again with another go, Odo with the assist, Russell with the response. He's got goals from midfield. Davis Keeler done with another assist again. Ended 1-1. Both teams are well off where they were last year. Both teams will need to improve. Only 8 points between them, but miles off the standard. I mean, Barnsley are 14 off the top 6, and Peterborough 22 off the top 6.
Top 6?
Shut up. Shut your girl. Yeah, so Barnsley 1, Peterborough 1. We're running out of time.
Oh God, we've been on here for 77 minutes already, Ben. Christ. Yeah, it was a 1-1 end of the season. Both teams knew they were safe or not doing anything. Good goal from Ricky J. Jones. I think that's now back-to-back games in which he scored this weekend. So that'll be good for his future club because he's out of contract in the summer, isn't he? So he'll likely leave Peterborough. Good response from Barnsley, like you say, through Russell. Another assist for Keeler Dunn. Potential League One player of the season, Davis Keeler Dunn. So, yeah, two teams that are well below the standard of where they would like to be. I'm sure that they'll... Well, I mean, we spoke about the Conor Hourihane appointment, didn't we, on Sunday, and how... Well, I said how I wasn't a massive fan of it. I wonder how these two teams are going to rebuild next year, because Peterborough, I think if you ask me now, who do I have more faith in being back up where they want to be, out of these two, I'd say Peterborough, without a doubt, because they'll get money for Poku, money for Ricky J.
The ramp, their owners.
Yeah, exactly.
Owners.
Sorry,
carry on.
No, go on, mate, or you.
I've got something very interesting. Obviously, I think we all know it's not out of this world, but I was speaking to Jamie Pilley on Friday, the owner at Fleetwood, and he was in the away end yesterday, so I had a great actually chat with Jamie walking around the ground. He goes, "Where are you going?" You're in comms. I went, "Yeah, there's problems." He goes, "Where are you going?" I went, "I'm going that away." He goes, "I'll join you," which he did, to be fair to him. But on Friday, he came up to the comms and he'll have a chat with you now and again, every month or so. And we'll talk about Peterborough and how they are to deal with them. We'll talk about teams in our league. And I went, "Oh, what are Peterborough like to deal with?" Trying to get some lowdown for this show as well. And he went, "You can understand why they are so good at what they do. They're so every penny, every clause, they count everybody. They see things in the future as well." And that's what Fleetwood tried to do. And again, I think that's testament to Dara and Barry Fry there, what they do, that the model that they run, they do make some mistakes. But I think when you try so many things that 8 out of 10 things they do is right, there is going to be a couple of transfers that don't work for them. But even if they don't work, you get something for the player normally. I think the Shamanga deal recently, you think about that deal, wasn't great. But bar that, the business has been decent as well. Last game we will go to actually is Wigan 1, Rotherham 0. Wigan unbeaten in 5 and back-to-back 1-0 victories. Only lost once under Ryan Lowe, the ex-Preston, Bury and Plymouth man. And that was the opening game away at Charlton where he got appointed like 3 days prior to that. Again, Rotherham have just appointed a new, I think Amshaw gone in there, hasn't he? And maybe the honeymoon period's over a little bit. They've not won, I think, in 2 or 3 games now. A couple of defeats and that draw against Mansfield where they were 3-1 up. Both sides just want the end of the season. Wigan, brilliant. 8 shots on target, 16 shots, limited Rotherham to no shots on goal. That's, I think, the way that Wigan more want to play. Get the ball forward, test the goalkeeper enough, utilise your possession. They didn't have a lot of the ball. Rotherham had a lot of it. But when Wigan had the ball, they were quick in transition. Very much what we saw at Plymouth and Bury early on in these days as well, and at Preston as well. Good victory as well. And the Bolton international James Carragher getting a goal as well. I think he's got a couple of goals now, hasn't he? He's getting towards his dad's tally, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly is. And he looks to be a big asset coming out of that.
His granddad bets on him to score every week, apparently.
Does he?
I think he's either his dad. I don't think it's his dad. I think it's his granddad. I read that somewhere.
Well, he's just another one on a long list of academy prospects that are coming out of Wigan at the moment that are looking destined to go on and have a career certainly at this level or maybe even higher. You're talking about, like of Tickle, Smith in midfield, Babradiko. So yeah, hopefully he's he can continue to perform to a high level. Likes giving away a penalty in the last minute though, does Mr. Carragher. So if you can do that again for me next season, James.
Do you not think though Brendan Johnson goes down a little bit too easily?
It was Adam Jackson this time. So it was Jacko, and he's hard as nails. So I don't think he'd be diving on the floor for no reason. But yeah, another good win under Ryan Lowe. I was speaking to Charlie earlier today. I think you can see the positive signs coming from a Ryan Lowe team. They look more progressive. They look more attacking. What I think he's got to do is a big shift, really. I think what he's doing is looking at the players that he think can play his system well enough between now and the end of the season, get a real good opportunity, get a good group together, hopefully over the summer, and look to assault the league and become established in the top half, because Wigan have been, since coming back into the league, have been down the bottom, haven't they, really? And that's not a club where Wigan, with the football history that they've got, the FA Cup, they've been in the Premier League in the last, within this millennium as well. So we're talking about a football club that are a big football club, and they've got a big ground to show it, and they want to use that to their advantage. I think what would be a really smart pickup if they can do it, Ben, would be to bring Owen Dale in permanently in the summer. He's done really well since going in on loan from Oxford. So, yeah, it was a good game, good win for them. Rotherham, season's over. The players have been on the beach for a long time now. They've not
been on the beach since August.
Well, they've not really looked like they're massively interested, are they? So, yeah, look, good 3 points for Wigan. Hopefully they can continue to win the season on a high note.
Thank you. All 12 games are done, and a bit of an update. We're 114 away from 17,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, go down there.
Yeah, Ben.
Subscribe, because I'd love to hit 17K by the end of the year. It's very tough, but we've got 12 days to do. So we've got playoff content coming. Please get liking and subscribing. We're 84 likes, so we need another 166 after this across it. So, and also I've just dropped a membership video as well. So loads more membership. There's going to be 6 membership videos in May to make up for ones missed.
And one really good and 2 really good ones.
One Wembley and the other one we know about.
Yeah.
I like that. Right. Get your questions in. We will get to them. We will come to predictions, and also go and follow Jake's page as well at Jake_Tong. Yeah. And listen to our podcast. I've got to edit it straight after we get off this and do the picture. So please go and check us out here for the Lincoln podcast. Yes, predictions, Ben. Good week for the pair of us this week. I've told you
I texted you this morning, didn't I? I went, "You've done really well this week, mate." And you went, "Oh, right. How many points have I got?" I went, 12. And he goes, "How many have you got?" And I said, 14. And he went, I can't repeat what he said, but he didn't like me. But yes, 12 points for Ben. 2 correct scores, Ben. Any idea which 2 you got right?
Let me have a look at the games.
Oh wait, hold on a minute. I don't think you have got. I had Wigan to. I thought Wigan won 2-1 rather than 1-0. So you got 10 points. Sorry, Ben, that's my fault. Sorry, I thought they won 2-1. So
I've lost.
let me take 2 points off you. Sorry, completely forgot. You got 1 correct score then, Ben. Any ideas which one you did get this one right?
Can I just say what scores did you have? I want to see if you're counting these up right.
Yeah, I'll send you the document. You got the Birmingham score right, 2-1. So you can thank Fabio Tavares for scoring in the last minute. But apart from that, you got the right. I'd have given you it anyway. You got the right outcomes in Wrexham, Blackpool, Cambridge, Orient, Crawley, Exeter, in Mansfield, Reading, in Northampton, Shrewsbury, in Wigan, Rotherham, as we've just discovered, and in Wycombe, Charlton. So I got 3 correct scores, just making sure I did. So I got 2-1 Wrexham, which was right. I got Barnsley 1, Peterborough 1, which was right. I got the right outcome for Burton Blues. I got the right score for Cambridge Orient. I went 2-1 Orient, so that's ideal. And I got the right outcome for Lincoln. I got the right outcome for Northampton, and Stockport, and Wigan. So I got 14, which means, Ben, you are on 355 points, and I'm on 365 points. But what I will say is, Ben, you got a chance. I could have a stinker. Do you know what I mean? As Charlie says, what's the forfeit for when you lose this, Jake? It's a great question. I don't know what I've got to do. Have we decided? Because it's pretty soon.
We never decided. No way. We said we.
Oh, here we go. We're not doing it.
I'll do it. I will do it. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not wearing a Lincoln shirt again because we've done that.
No, we'll think about something you can do.
I'm not doing anything related to Blackpool Football Club either.
No, don't worry. I'm not going to. No, we'll think about something you can do in Lincoln. And what we'll do is to encourage people to buy memberships. We'll put it in the Lincoln video that you're going to film when you come here. So if you want to see Nappers do a forfeit or me do a forfeit, be either or. Become a member. $1.99 a month. Worth it. Certainly if you're me, because you get a lot of mentions. Right, Ben. Okie doke. So I believe what we've got this week is we've got a game on Thursday, a load of games on Saturday, and then 2 games on Sunday to predict. All right?
Right.
So I believe that's the case. I'll double check. League One scores and fixtures. So we've got Thursday, Ben. So I'll come to you first for. Ben. Oh no, we're doing a show on Sunday, aren't we? So we'll have to do the Burn game. We'll cover that next time.
Yeah.
Ben, coming to you first for Stevenage versus Birmingham City.
2-0 Blues.
I'm going to go 1-0 Blues. Same score as they did in the Virtue Trophy. Stansfield scored from open play that night. Maybe he'll do it again. You never know. Right. Moving to Saturday game.
Yesterday, but if he scored a penalty, you'd have a 10.
Right there, Ben. Bristol.
It's not funny that.
Bristol Rovers against Reading at the Mem. I'm going Bristol Rovers 1, Reading 3.
2-1 Bristol Rovers.
Goodness me. Ben, to you first for Leyton Orient. Are they going to put on a show against Wycombe Wanderers?
Leyton Orient 2, Wycombe 1. Play along at home as well.
I'm going to go O's. I'm going to go O's 3, Wycombe 1. Maybe that's too reactionary. Barnsley versus Shrewsbury. I'm going to go Barnsley. Barnsley 1, Shrewsbury 1.
Barnsley 2, Shrewsbury 0.
No, I'm trying.
I do think there's a win coming for Shrewsbury. I think they could beat Crawley last season.
Ben, to you for Burton Albion.
Don't give him ideas. Have you? I tell you what we could do.
Go on.
Have you got like other clubs have pictures of their, like mascots where you can buy like a teddy bear imp?
Yeah.
Do you have them in your club shop?
I don't know. Why?
I could buy one of those, take it up to the cathedral, and I've got to say how like great things about Lincoln for like a members video.
That's not embarrassing enough, mate. We're not doing that. Ben, coming to you for Burton versus Cambridge.
2-0 Brewers. Come on, David.
I'm going 2-1 Brewers. Crawley versus Northampton. I'm going to go Crawley Town 2, Northampton 0.
2-1 Crawley. Come on, Crawley.
We just want carnage.
I've got all the bottom those relegating teams. Something. Fisher Rose will think, get in, we won. Breathing room. And then Burton.
Crawley and Burton win.
And they all win. It's like, oh. It always, honestly, I will say every year, happens every season. Teams find something this time of the year where they don't. There's wins. Because half teams are on the beach, but they just find, like Carlisle. I picked up, I think, 10 points in 4 games. I picked up 10 points all season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know.
Sorry, I'm getting a bit too excited.
Ben, coming to you for Exeter versus Huddersfield. Our mate James has bought a hotel and is staying down there. Don't know why he's doing it because they're rubbish.
1-1.
Ooh.
All right, Darren Moore.
Exeter 1, Huddersfield 0. Peterborough versus Bolton. I'm going Posh 2, Bolton 1.
1-1.
Okay. Moving on, Ben. Stockport versus Lincoln. You're first.
2-1 County.
I'm going Stockport 1, Lincoln City 1. So we get a point at Stockport. Wigan versus Blackpool. I'm going Ticks.
Very similar clubs, Lincoln and County, I think.
Yeah, very similar.
Quite similar grounds as well, a little bit, aren't they? A little bit.
Yeah.
Big main stands.
Fan
base similar as well.
Ticks 1, Blackpool 2.
2-0 Blackpool.
And then, Ben, you first for Wrexham versus Charlton. 5:30 kickoff.
2-1 Wrexham.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
I was going to go 2-1 Charlton.
Uno reverse. Wrexham 1, Charlton Athletic 2. Let's have a Barnstormer showdown on final day. Hey,
yeah.
Ben. No, for me first. For Stevenage versus Rotherham, I'm going Stevenage 1, Rotherham United 1.
Stevenage 2, Rotherham 1.
Interesting.
Go on the boys! Go on the Borough in this biggest ever League One season.
And then Blues for me against Mansfield at. Oh no, it's for you first. Birmingham versus Mansfield, Ben. At St Andrews. 3-0 Blues. I'm gonna go 2-0 Blues. They don't batter people. So yeah, because we'll do a show before Burton against Wigan, which I'm going to. So fantastic. Well, that's a great show, Ben. An hour and a half. We've done well.
Yeah, and we're at 89 likes.
Come on, people. We
stick to 100. But we've also got after the stream, so we'll add them on as well.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. A lot of people watch after. So if that is you, if you are watching this back after this is live, please Sound like Sabrina Carpenter.
Please.
Brilliant. We'll be singing that in Lincoln in a nightclub, no doubt, Ben.
Need to go karaoke.
Well, there is a karaoke bar. Yeah, well, please do. We'll do Fancy Dress for the last show. By the way, if we don't get 250 likes, we're still probably going to do it anyway.
No, we're not.
Oh, right, okay. No, we're not then. But,
If we get to 70, if we get to 17k, we'll do both. I'd love to celebrate by hitting 17k with Fancy Dress. That's what I'd love.
That would be cool. But yeah, let's have some fun. We're having fun. Oh yeah, I've been told to mention Jovan as one Player of the Month. Well done, Joe. Big round of applause.
Oh, I might come as a dinosaur.
I wouldn't. They're incredibly expensive.
I've got me mate and Lemmy one from yesterday.
Yeah. Could you send me the shark outfit and you can do the dinosaur?
Yeah. How about you dress up as a good co-host once? How about
you take your glasses off and let people show exactly who you are? Here we go. Honestly, when you take your glasses off, you look like young nappers again.
Fat nappers.
No, not fat nappers. You look like young. You look like young nappers that was vlogging Barnsley away.
Oh God, that came up before. I'll show. Oh my God, that. Where is it? I'll find it. Oh, it was horrific. I was like, what is that excuse of? Let me know how long you've been here for, like the viewers and stuff.
We're gonna have scored.
This was lockdown.
My God.
Unfortunately, I can't see any more football being played for at least 3 or 4 months. For me, all football's got to be suspended.
You know, I said that because we're in the playoffs. Yeah. And I knew it'd go to like, and then when he started talking like guitar, like, no, it's not. Because look, my biggest unpopular opinion, if we carried on that season and lockdown, there's no doubt in my mind Fleetwood would have been a championship football club. We were 12 games unbeaten, mate, and we in that 12 game we played Sunderland, played Pompey home and away, won away at Wycombe, played Coventry at one league, played Peterborough, we played Bristol Rovers away, they missed a penalty in the last minute. We played Doncaster at home. We played Blackpool at home as well. We won away at Ipswich as well. So in space of a week, we won away at Ipswich.
Do you know the reason why you didn't deserve promotion? Because you lost at Sincil Bank, mate. So you didn't deserve.
No, we didn't.
Promotion. Yes, you did.
Oh,
yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Doesn't count. It doesn't count because it doesn't count. It doesn't count. Wigan scored. Said they would. Yeah. Right. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back Sunday. See you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. You to me are everything. Subscribe down below. I think we're at 90 likes now. Let's have a look. Are we at 90? 90. Oh, hang on. No, we don't want to play it back. We're at 90. Thank you very much. Until next time, see you later. Big thank you to Mr. Jake Song.
Thanks, everyone. See you Sunday.